What is up, guys? My name is Mark Santamaria. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to RC Vlog. Guys, it's that time of year. It's sponsorship time. This is where people either get sponsored, sign new contracts, change sponsors, all different types of stuff. But I'm going to give you guys some important do's and don'ts for RC sponsorships in case you decide or you plan on getting sponsored in 2023. So instead of making y'all wait, I'll cut straight to the chase. The most important thing of all is that you actually race or do the activity in which you're getting sponsored for. What I mean by that is the most ideal sponsored driver will race between like 3 or 4 times a month, maybe even more. That is by far the most overlooked thing. There's this big common misconception that you have to be super fast. That's not why they're sponsoring you. They're sponsoring you. Yes, they want you to win and do well, so they can show it off, but they're sponsoring you to be support, a brand representative. And there are drivers out there that are supposed to win, but if you're supposed to win, when you're signing your contract, you know you're supposed to win, you're probably getting stuff free, and they probably approached you, you're probably one of the well-known drivers. But a lot of guys think whenever they apply for a sponsorship, they're getting a sponsorship because they're super fast in their area. Not typically the case. They want a good brand representative, so you have to race. Which transitions really well into a don't. Don't get too caught up in your results. I see it all the time. I see guys get a sponsorship and put a lot of pressure on themselves to win. Again, it's nice to win, but you're not gonna get cut off the team because you're not winning every time. And they get so caught up in it, it takes the fun away. Don't get caught up too much in the results and winning. Go out there, be a good representative, have fun. In regards to being a representative, one thing you definitely want to do is make sure you represent a company that you actually like and enjoy. I know that sounds weird, but a lot of times people chase deals. They say, oh, I can get a good deal here, I want this. Or they end up getting a deal that they think they like, but they don't have good representation in that area, or the other people that represent in their area might not be the most ideal people that you hang out with or you want to hang out with. One of the main reasons I went techno is everybody who runs techno in my area is super freaking cool. I know I'm going to be spending the entire weekend with these guys because typically you pit with your team. So I want to make sure my teammates are cool, so I chose techno. Another don't. Do not, and I've made this mistake. If you're wondering if I'm qualified to be even doing this video, I've been sponsored for a very long time, probably since I started racing. I actually probably raced for maybe a year before I got sponsored. But do not leave a contract in the middle of the year. So if you decide you're gonna run a company, you sign in December, January, which is typically when you sign, November, December, January. Stick it out to the whole year. Don't leave middle of the year. Companies don't like that. I was almost not welcome back on techno because I left in the middle of the year for a Gamo. That was a big mistake I made. Don't make that same mistake. It's bad. Another don't, and I can't stand this, and I've actually been burned by this a few times because, contrary to belief, the MSM team is actually going to be a little bit more formal next year. We're going to bring on more people. We actually have sponsors now, which I'll announce a sponsor soon, but the entire team's going to be sponsored. It's going to be freaking awesome. One of the things I can't stand, I've been burned by this more than once, is you go out, you stick your neck out for somebody to get them sponsored. They get sponsored, and then they quit. Don't quit. No one likes a quitter. I see it happen all the time. All the time. They get sponsored, they feel like they've already accomplished what they wanted to, and they just stop racing. So if you might have an inkling that you're gonna quit, don't take that sponsorship because you're taking someone else's opportunity. And geez, especially if you ask for a favor or ask for a recommendation, you definitely burn that person who's giving the recommendation. It's happened to me several times. Don't quit in the middle of your sponsorship. Quit at the end. Well, that's pretty much it. This was going to be a short video. I just wanted to get those things out. Again, they're nice to know, and a lot of times people forget. A lot of sponsor drivers forget about these kind of things. All in all, go have fun. Represent the company as if it were your company. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, and just be approachable. Help people out. Do what you can to better the hobby. The thing that we like to say for the MSM team is it's not about what the MSM team can do for you. It's about what you can do for the hobby. And that should be your mindset whenever you take on a sponsorship from one of these other companies. If you want to be sponsored and you're starting to race a lot, dedicate some time. Make sure you track all your races. All the time you're at the track. If you're going there just to help or you're going there just to practice, track it all. Also, make sure you mix in decent size races. Typically, companies aren't the biggest fan of people who just club race. You know, go to a couple of big races. If you can go to a big race a month, maybe 6 times a year, every other month, that helps your resume also. But yeah, track everything. I used to have a whole bunch of sponsors. I used to be one of those guys that had a big line of sponsors. I personally am a little different now. I like to to just basically minimize my sponsors. Obviously I run for Techno, so big shout out to Techno, Proline, ProTech RC, and RC Body Armor. Big shout out to my sponsors. I'm looking forward to a big solid 2023. If you plan on racing, good luck to you. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell. You guys will see me next time. Later, guys.